Drop my, drop my, drop my, drop my. Yes, you read the title correctly. I caved and finally made an OC. Not just that, I made a Dandy's World OC. Trust me on this, never, ever search up Dandy's World OCs on Google, because there's 1 in 10 chance that you're going to see something which you really cannot unsee. It's like Russian roulette, except without the gun or the friends. So yeah, his name's Orion. I love him with my heart, and yeah. I'm just gonna pull out the speed paint now, because that's probably why you clicked on this video, and here we go. Okay, so starting off with the toon form of Orion, I wanted to obviously have him based off of an orange, but the original idea was actually based on, like, convenience worker, because how I was designing my OC was like, okay, so what would be the best way for this character to fit into the canon of, like, the Dandy's World universe? And so, naturally, at first I came up with store worker, like the ice cream bar from Jimmy Neutron. It's like, it appears sometimes, but not enough to make it like a main feature. So, I originally decided to have like a convenience store, which is how I worked at, and he'd just be like really depressed, I guess. I don't know. But later on I decided, you know what, I don't know what like outfit to give him, and I've always been like fascinated in like those suits, like the half vests that bartenders wear with like the bow ties. And so I decided to give him like that outfit, and I thought, you know, this really fits him. But then I realized this is like, Dandy's World is meant to be like a kid's show. Why would there be just like a legitimate bar in like a kid's show? Like, come on, Timmy, drink up your whiskey. So then I came back to that Jimmy Neutron idea, and I'm like, okay, so could I draw inspiration from Jimmy Neutron? Because I don't know, a lot of like stuff in Jimmy Neutron, maybe we can pull something from there. But then I realized about the original reference of like the supermarket idea was the ice cream bar. And so then it just clicked. This guy'd be like a waiter, he'd wait ice cream, and he'd like run around really fast, and he'd just deliver ice cream everywhere. And honestly, I feel like that could open up some ideas for like abilities, like giving ice cream, or actually that's basically it. If I think of anything else, I'll let you all know in this speed paint. But yeah, no, that was the idea I went on with. But stats-wise, I was originally not really focused on stats or anything, but later on, as the idea of an OC developed in my mind, I thought I should probably give him like a stat sheet which I focus more on. And I thought he's like a bartender, so he'd go around like really fast, except his suit's probably really hot, so he probably doesn't have that much stamina, or really stealth at all. He is very flashy. He probably had like high skill or extraction speed because, oh, he's a waiter, he probably knows how to fix machines. Probably some overlap in there, but he'd probably have quite a low skill check because one of his arms is holding a plate. And I don't know if you guys have ever held a plate in one hand, like open palm before, but it's not the hardest thing in the world, but it requires some concentration, especially when balancing things on it. So, yeah, that's main form of Orion. Now let's move on to the twisted form. Ooh. Okay, so immediately going into the Twisted Orion, I immediately had an idea on the ability, which would be they hide as 1 of 6 items. I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but I'll probably just display them in post. And he'd just hide there. except these items have like a tiny bit of a tweak, so you know when like he's in them. Like the medkit probably have like an orange instead of a flower. So you'd be like, hold up, that's Orion, don't pick that up. Except when you pick them up, until you use the item or panic mode begins, they just sit in your inventory. Maybe the item description is like, maybe an added effect could happen when you use this too. Ooh, spooky. But when you either use the item or panic mode does begin, Orion springs out and he starts like launching plates at you, sharpened plates. And believe it or not, sharpened plates hurt. And he'd do that for like 10 seconds until it like stops. And then he just seeps back into the floor. And so, if you're not paying attention to the medkit you're picking up, I don't know, maybe you'll be accosted by an orange who looks a bit like Bendy from Bendy and the Ink Machine. By the way, like the whole mangled, like, root and blackness really remind me of Bendy, or more accurately, the Ink Demon from Bendy and the Ink Machine. And, I tried to add some clothing, so I added in a bow tie, except I made it worse, because now he looks even more like Bendy from Bendy and the Ink Machine. And then I added in the vest, except it was like broken and stained and stuff. And honestly, that just seemed to work, so I went with it. So yeah, that was Twisted Orion, kind of shorter speed paint than original Orion, but I like it. And there it is, my OC, for arguably the worst fandom to make OCs in. Trust me, do not Google it. I hope you have a wonderful day. See you all tomorrow with another daily video. Peace.